Welcome back to Tech Talks Around the World. This is episode 2, and recently I just went to Iceland to visit my family on vacation, and I thought I'd do another episode. So this is episode 2 of Tech Talks Around the World. And it turns out that Reykjavik, Iceland actually has some pretty good tech stores. The first tech store in this video is Kísildalur, which translates to Silicon Valley. And in here, when you first walk in, you see some cables and stuff like that, and then you see all these budget peripherals from companies like Xiaomi and Red Dragon. And this is a PC parts store, so yeah. Here they also have a bunch of other peripherals, like a bunch of them, and they actually have deep cool mice. I didn't know deep cool made mice. Then they have a bunch of edifier products, some audio products, headphones and microphones. They actually have my headphones also. Just a bunch of audio equipment. Then they have some power supplies here, also some from Deep Cool, because Deep Cool isn't banned in Iceland. Here they have a bunch of routers from Asus and TP-Link. Over here they have accessories like, for example, zip ties and graphics card holder and all kinds of stuff. Over here they have a bunch of cases. They have cases from GameMax and Deep Cool and Be Quiet. But GameMax is that company that you might have seen on Gamers Nexus that just copies designs of all this. But they have a bunch of them here. They actually also have this super cheap GameMax M60. This is the cheapest case and it costs $69. That's pretty expensive for the cheapest case. And they also have these ones which have integrated power supplies, and they have this barebone one. And what you'll see here is that they're typically double as expensive as in the US, these cases, because it's in Iceland. But they're actually some of the cheapest in Iceland PC part stores. They're about the same, all PC part stores, but yeah. Then here we have some EK and Deep Cool AIOs. And if we look here, we have a bunch of Deep Cool coolers, like a bunch of them. This is super cool to see, and it's good to see that Deep Cool is still for sale. Here we have some Be Quiet products, like Be Quiet coolers and power supplies. Here we have some USB hubs and monitor mounts and stuff like that. Here we have some monitors, like 6 monitors to test, and then we have some cables, and here they've built a PC to run the displays. Pretty cool. Over here they have like some super expensive stuff like 7900 XTXs and stuff like that. Here we have a cable wall actually. Now I'm gonna rate them. The first thing I'm gonna rate is how many products I have to try. They actually have a bunch of products to try. And super cool that they have all of these cases on display. So I'm gonna give them 5 stars for that. Now the prices. So pretty much all PC part stores in Iceland are about the same prices, but these are slightly cheaper than other ones, so I'm gonna give them 5 stars for that. Now the selection. They have a lot of PC parts and a lot of accessories, so I'm also gonna give them 5 stars for that. Overall 5 stars for everything. Next I went to the Xiaomi store, which is only a 2-minute walk away from Kísildalur. So when you first walk in, you see the scooters. Xiaomi scooters are really popular in Iceland. And also here you've got some accessories for scooters like helmets and tires, and they also have power banks there also. And here they have robot vacuum cleaners from Xiaomi, Roborock. Over here they have like household, like air purifiers and air conditioning, and they also have the Yeelight lights, which are Nanoleaf clones. And here they have the normal vacuum cleaners, which they also sell. And over here they actually have a bunch of smart home stuff like security cameras and security stuff. And here they have Akara products as well. because a camera is related to Xiaomi in some way. Here they have routers from Xiaomi. Here they have some more expensive robot vacuum cleaners and a bunch of accessories for robot vacuum cleaners. Here we got the Xiaomi 14 series display, and they've also got some tablets here. So they're pretty cool. And you can see here I tried one of the styluses, and it's not that great. It's pretty budget. It doesn't have pressure sensitivity. Here we've got some Xiaomi 14 series phones, and they've created this whole circular display here. And here they've got some Xiaomi wearables like the Smart Band 7 Pro, and a bunch from Amazfit and Xiaomi, and just a bunch of Xiaomi brands. And here they've got some kitchen appliances. And over here they've got some smart air fryers. It's pretty cool that they make all this stuff. And then we have the super cool smart cooking robot that I actually saw a video on from Mr. Who's the Boss. It can make all kinds of food. You just put in the ingredients. It is pretty expensive though. Over here we have some displays, some monitors from Xiaomi, and also some speakers. They also have this super cool long throw projector that you can just try and see how it looks on the wall. Over here they've got a bunch of TVs on display, so you can also see those. Now for the rating. For products to try, they had a lot of products on display that you can see and try, so I'm gonna give them 5 stars for that. And for the prices, I've done some research, and it looks like they're either the cheapest or slightly more expensive than other stores in Iceland, so I'm gonna give them 4 stars for that. And their selection is really great. They have a ton of Xiaomi products, so I'm gonna give them 5 stars for that. Overall, 5 stars. Next I went to Tölvulistinn, which is a PC store that's just like a 2-minute walk away from the Xiaomi store. Here you can see the networking aisle where they have a bunch of routers and also some cables here. Next, this is the motherboard section. They have a lot of motherboards, also ITX motherboards, some AM5, LGA 1700, and just the new motherboards they have here. But they are pretty expensive compared to other stores. Also here we have the CPUs. They have Intel i3s, 12th gen, 13th gen, 14th gen, and also i5s, Ryzen 5 7600, 7700, and some X3D CPUs. And here we have the GPUs. They have 4090s, 4080, 4080 Super, but they only have Nvidia and Intel for some reason. They don't have AMD, which is quite weird considering that they do have Intel, but they have GTX 1050 Ti's, which are extremely old, brand new in box. And they also have 1650s. It's kind of crazy that they still sell them. They are extremely overpriced for what they are right here, but yeah. They also have 1650s, as I said, and they have 1660 Super, so they have 16th and 10th gen. Over here we have some cooling and power supplies from different companies, and we also have the Thermalright fan for $15 or something like that for one fan. You need to get 3 fans in the US for that price. And here we've got a bunch of JBL speakers. Here we've got a setup with a really cool Samsung monitor and with this Acer Predator gaming PC. I don't really like those types of pre-builds. Here we've got a Razer section with a bunch of Razer products that you can try. Over here we've got SteelSeries and Corsair with their keyboards and mouse pads and all kinds of peripherals. We've also got some JBL stuff and some wheels, and here we got the monitor section where you can see some popular monitors and you can see how they look. Over here we've got a bunch of accessories. These just the aisles of accessories, like USB adapters and cables and stuff like that. And here we have printers, and here we have a bunch of cables again. Over here we've got the case section, where they have some very popular cases on display, like the OLM 4000D, Fractal North, and Fractal, I don't know what this is, but that's a Pop Air. Here we've also got some other Fractal cases, Cooler Master, Razer, and also some ITX cases as well. And here we got some different office keyboards. Here you can see I tried typing on them. There weren't really any that sounded that good, although this one did sound okay. Then we've got a bunch of laptops. They have a bunch of laptops, and here we've got a bunch of office mice, like the MX Master, and also some weird ones and mouse pads. Here we've got a bunch of laptops that you can try, and some phones and tablets. And here we've got this giant monitor that for some reason didn't work. And here we've got a bunch of laptop bags and sleeves. Now for the rating. For products to try, they didn't have as many cases as Kísildalur, but they had a lot of monitors and peripherals to try. So for that I'll give them 5 stars. For the prices, for the most part they were a little bit more expensive than other stores, but other than that they were just the same prices as the other stores. So for that I'll give them 4 stars. For the selection, they had a lot of products to buy, and for that I'll give them 5 stars. So overall 5 stars. Next I walked over to Tölvutek, which is a computer store. When you first walk in, you first see all of these products for kids. Then you see this little mantra with a Lenovo Legion Go and some other consoles, small consoles. And then we have the Nothing Ear and Ear A products. And then we have the Nothing Phone 2 and 2A. So it's pretty cool that they have Nothing products here actually. Also on display. And here we have some Nothing product accessories. And here we have a bunch of laptops, like they have a ton of laptops on display in this store. Here there's more laptops, including this really cool one with a dual screen. More laptops. And here we have some mechanical keyboards and some keycaps and other stuff for customizing your keyboard. Here we have some storage devices and also some microphones and streaming gear. And here we have some Shelly smart home stuff, and next to that there's also other smart home stuff and some networking from TP-Link. On this wall we have a bunch of monitors and a bunch of like games and stuff like that. And then we have some tablets and watches. And here we have some office keyboards, and here we have some mice and some peripherals and some mouse pads. And if we walk over here, we can see a bunch of speakers and chairs. And then we have a wall of screens, and then we have all of these PC cases that you can see. Here they have a bunch of headphones. Here we have some Nothing products in this mantra. For example, they have the CMF buds, and they also have the Nothing earbuds. Now let's rate it. For products to try, they had a lot of products to try, especially laptops, so for that I'll give them 5 stars. For the prices, they weren't the absolute cheapest, there were others that were cheaper, so therefore I'll give them 4 stars. For the selection, they had a lot of products, but I found out that other stores had more products, so I'll give them 4 stars for that. Overall, 4 stars. Next I took the bus over to Epli, which directly translates to Apple. It's an Apple premium reseller. When you first walk in, you first see all of these Apple accessories. Here we've got some more accessories, and here we've got the iPad Air and iPad Pros. Here we've got the regular iPads and iPad mini, and here we've got some accessories. Here are the Apple Watches. Here are the iPhones. And here are the MacBooks. It's pretty cool, they have like all Apple products here. And here we've got a Mac Mini in like a little cool adapter. And here we've got the studio display and the iMac. And here is the service center. Now let's rate it. For products to try, they had a lot of products to try. They basically had all Apple products they sell to try. So for that I'll give them 5 stars. For the prices, many other stores were cheaper than them. So for that I'll give them 4 stars. And lastly, for selection, they had a lot of products but they actually didn't have HomePods. So for that I'll give them 4 stars. Overall, 4 stars. Next I took the bus to Computer.is, which is also a PC part store. When you walk in, you first see this showcase build, and then you see this setup here. And there's also a bunch of monitors and laptops, and it's pretty impressive that they've managed to fit all of this in this pretty small store. You've also got some Google products, and some chargers, and also some smart lighting and smart home stuff. And here we've got some headphones and power supplies. And here we've got a bunch of peripherals, like gaming peripherals, like Logitech mice and keyboards and headphones and microphones and all kinds of stuff. Down here we've got some office peripherals. And here we've got some deep cool coolers also. And here we've got a showcase build in this ITX case, that's pretty cool. And here we've got a super ultra wide monitor. And some setups here on display. And if we look over here they have a bunch of PC parts, like coolers from Arctic and Be Quiet. And we also got some budget case fans here, and also a bunch of Arctic stuff. They also have some very budget headphones here, like the cheapest of the cheapest. And up here we've got some Noctua stuff also, and Be Quiet and Arctic. Here we've got a bunch of network stuff in this aisle, with a bunch of cables and routers and stuff like that. Over here we've got a bunch of adapters. Now let's rate it. For products to try, they didn't have that many products to try because it's a pretty small store. So for that I'll give them 3 stars. For the prices, they were okay, but they were a little expensive. So for that I'll give them 4 stars. For the selection, they didn't have that many products, so for that I'll give them 3 stars. Overall, 3 stars. The next day I went to Elko, and you might remember the logo of Elko from the first episode of Tech Stores Around the World. In that episode I visited Elgiganten, which is the same store, but it was just a different name. So let's go inside. When you first walk in, you first see these scooters on display. Then you see printers and ink cartridges. And here we have a bunch of like networking stuff, like routers and stuff like that. And here on the other side we get a bunch of storage, so you can upgrade your storage in a PC, for example. And here we have a bunch of office peripherals. Then here we get to the monitors. They have a lot of monitors on display, and here we have a bunch of laptops, so you can see all the laptops and find out which one's right for you. And here we also have a bunch of laptop bags. Here we have a bunch of miscellaneous accessories and also monitors. Here we've got a bunch of laptops again, like just more and more laptops. And here we also got some laptop sleeves. And here we've got a bunch of Apple, like MacBooks and iMacs. And they also have a bunch of e-readers, which is really cool. And a lot of tablet accessories. And also Android tablets. Here on the other side you can see all of the like accessories, and here we have a bunch of gaming peripherals, like gaming keyboards. Here you can see I tried one of them, and yeah, that's pretty cool that you can try all of these. It's a pretty big store they have here. And over here we have like Nintendo Switch accessories, then we have PlayStation 5 accessories and PlayStation 4, and here we have a bunch of games. And here we get Samsung watches, so you can try all the new Samsung watches. When I was there, the Galaxy Watch 7 wasn't out, so here we have the 6 series. And they actually have a Fairphone display, that's pretty cool. And here we have some Apple Watches. Here we have a bunch of iPhones, so you can see all the new iPhones. Here we have some Samsung phones. Also the Flip and the Fold. And here we have also all of the speakers. Now here is a whole aisle of just Sonos, also a couple others, but mostly Sonos, so they have a pretty big selection of Sonos. And here they have a bunch of Philips Hue, which I don't like, and they also have some streaming sticks and streaming boxes and stuff like that. And here lastly we get a bunch of TVs that you can see, like they have a ton. Now let's rate it. So for products to try, as you saw, they had a ton of products to try, so for that I'll give them 5 stars. For prices, they're pretty much the cheapest. They're about the same as everyone else, but they're about the cheapest, so for that I'll give them 5 stars. And for selection, they have a ton of products to try. They probably have the most products out of all stores in this video, so for that I'll give them 5 stars. Overall, 5 stars. Next I visited DJI Store Reykjavik, and this is the last store. In this store they have a lot of DJI products, like the DJI Action 2, DJI Pocket 2, DJI Mic and Mic 2, so they have pretty much all DJI products. Here you can also see their gimbals, their phone gimbals that are really cool. And here we got the Osmo Pocket 3. And here we got the DJI Avata, which is kind of like a VR drone. And here we got the cheapest DJI drone, and this giant rig here. And we've also got some other camera rigs here for all kinds of cameras. And this super cool little robot. Here we've got the super cool portable power station. And on the other side of this table we have the giant drone, which is super cool. And here on this wall we got the entire accessory catalog for all the drones, so you can find just what you need here. And here in the front of the store we see all of these drones, like the DJI Avata 2, some more expensive drones like the DJI Mini 4 Pro. We also got the DJI Air 2, the Mavic 3 Classic, and the Mavic 3 Pro, so they have a lot of drones here. Now let's rate it. For products to try, this is kind of like a drone store, so I can't really rate it, so I'll just give no rating for that. And for the prices, I found that they're a little bit more expensive than other stores, so for that I'll give them 4 stars. And lastly, for selection, they pretty much have all DJI products, so for that I'll give them 5 stars. Overall, 5 stars. Those were all the stores I visited in Reykjavik, Iceland. So if you want to see the next episode, subscribe, then you'll see it. And also drop me some feedback down in the comments below, because I really want to hear your feedback on what I should improve and what I should change in this series. And if you like this video, do consider liking it. Thanks for watching.